Good evening, and we're coming up for another weekend, the third weekend of the crisis, the third weekend of the lockdown, and this is a different weekend, I suppose, because it's the Easter weekend. We would normally be visiting one another, going out for walks in the countryside, doing Easter egg hunts, or going to special services, and it's all very different this year. So far, the Orkney response to this crisis has been great. People have been sticking to the rules. Volunteering has been immense, and people looking out for each other. And it's been really good, and I'm sure that it's going to have to continue all the way through this crisis. And we know over the last few weeks it's been really tough, and we also want to make sure that everybody knows through this, that our whole community, that we're all thinking of each other. But we have some special thanks. As you know, we have to give to the frontline workers in the NHS. They have absolutely been pulling out all the stops to be ready in this crisis, and we really want to thank them for that. We also thank the folk that have had to go and do the jobs that are in the caring things, the home carers, but also the refuse workers and the social workers, the people that still need to go out and do their jobs to keep everybody safe. But we also thank the folk who've been doing things like the folk that work in shops, keeping life and limb together for us, and the folk that have been the delivery drivers that drop stuff at our doors. All these folk that are out there, we're staying at home, but these folk are out there doing their jobs, and I think we just need to thank them all for doing what they're doing. One other area I want to cover tonight is just the great deal of concern that's in the business community in Orkney. And just to say, we're very mindful of that. And there's two different things we're doing for that. The first is trying to deal with the immediate. And as you'll have heard already in the press, there's £3 million of grants being given out so far, and Orkney is one of the fastest areas, if not the fastest in the country, to deliver that to the businesses that have applied. But we also know that there are many businesses that don't qualify for these grants, and we are really collating and trying to pull together with High and the Business Gateway where these are, so that we can lobby on their behalf, and also we can see what can be done to help in these situations. We've been identifying the gaps, how big they are, and where we go with them. And the other thing that has got to happen at the same time is we have got to keep our eye on the future. We've got to prepare for what's coming into the future. And I'm really glad to hear that business is starting to think and starting to plan, and we need to work together as a whole community to listen for the ways that we think Orkney can come out of this in the best way, and as soon as we possibly can. When we come to the other side of the crisis, we want to be on the front foot for that. We don't want to be lagging behind the rest of the country. And I've got every confidence in our community to be able to work into these situations. We've weathered many a storm in Orkney. We know how to hunker down, and we know also how to get up after it. And we also have this unique situation where we've often benefited for anything that comes in on the tide. So we've got to watch for the next rising tide and see the right direction for our community to go. So over these next days ahead, I would ask the people who are thinking along these lines to try and come together and try and find the way forward for us as a community. So this Easter, have a relaxing time, have a contemplative time, have a time to recharge your batteries for what's to come ahead, because we're by no means out of this crisis yet, particularly here so far away from the centres of things. We still have maybe a long way to go. So prepare for that and keep working with us. Keep doing the things that are making a difference. Keep washing your hands. Keep your social distancing. Keep supporting our NHS. Stay at home, which is a real challenge at a time like this. And also make sure that we save lives in Orkney. It's really important for our future. Thank you very much.